Is your child a natural-born entertainer? Now is their chance to join the most talented youth dance crew in the Mid-South, the Blue Bunch. The Blue Bunch entertains Grizz Nation with their energetic dance routines and even have the opportunity to collaborate on performances with leading artists in the entertainment industry. Kids ages 7 to 17 are invited to show off their skills and personality for their chance to join the next generation of NBA entertainers. Open auditions are Saturday, June 28th. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
You've seen the Grizz line jamming on the court and rocking out on Beale Street, and this is your chance to join the best drum line in the NBA. Grizz line entertains Grizz Nation at home games and events in the Mid-South through their impressive techniques and energetic shows. If you have experience in drumming and marching and love entertaining, Grizz line is the perfect opportunity for you to combine percussion and performance. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Sign up today by visiting grizzlies.com/auditions.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Murray State is going to the College World Series. It's easy for me to pick a team because 1, I love an underdog. 2, I hate UCLA, and I see that opening round matchup. And 3, we are connected to the school's most famous alumni, John Morant of Murray State.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies on home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today. The Grizzlies' grannies and grandpas have the right moves and are currently looking for new members to join their team for the upcoming season. These soulful seniors are a fan favorite group throughout Grizz Nation. You do not have to be a grandparent, but you must be at least 50 years old with personality, rhythm, and passion for performing. If that sounds like you, then we want to see you on Sunday, June 29th. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
There are futures for Aaron Judge possibly hitting 400. Hitting 400 at the All-Star break, plus 600.
Oh, wow.
To have a 400 batting average in the regular season, plus 3,800. To win the Triple Crown is only plus 145.
I don't think he's going to hit 400 for the season.
I don't either. I that would be
ridiculous.
Yes, ridiculous.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
Here we go. It's noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It's a Tuesday, June 17th, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, Tony Allen, the Grindfather, will join us in studio as he does on Tuesdays for a Tuesdays with Tony. And we have some unexpected topics to talk about today, as Stephen A. Smith has taken aim at the city of Memphis on national TV this morning. We will get to that. We'll also get to what happened in Game 5 last night as the Oklahoma City Thunder took control of the NBA Finals. In addition to that, we will get to all the news and notes of the day. We are now just a week and 1 day from the NBA draft taking place. To Tuesdays with Tony. It's kind of nice out, but smile, let's do it. Turn it up! Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, ton of stuff to get to on the show today, not the least of which is the NBA Finals that took place last night as the Oklahoma City Thunder took control of the series by winning Game 5 and got a monster game out of Jaylon Williams. We will also get to Tony's reaction to not only Desmond Bane's trade, but also what Stephen A. Smith had to say today on national TV. Before I get to anything, I welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, Senior Sack, Johnny Backpole, Johnny Bearcat, the Grim Roser, John Asparagus, Johnny Neck Harp, John Lance. He's Yogi Roser. He's Dr. Thunder. Hello, John.
It's a great day.
Shut up. Devin Walker's here.
Day.
He's the microphone mangler, Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Math, Navajo, the reporter, the photographer, he's Sir Hiss. He's Walker 93.
Look, man, I'm ready to run out the tunnel like Goldberg right now. I'm just saying, bro. But before we get to that point, though, my guy next to me, there's no reason why you should be up here with those fresh shoes on with no socks. But it's fine. Let's get to the topic.
Wow. Tony Allen is here. It is a Tuesdays with Tony, brought to you by ESCO. When you
he woke us up today.
Oh, boy. When you are downtown and you are at FedEx Forum, you can walk across the street to ESCO, grab you some shrimp and grits, grab you some unbelievable food and drinks at ESCO.
And some socks.
Yeah,
They got socks too.
What do you got?
They got socks on.
We keep climbing up this tree.
Oh, Lord.
Ankles looking like he been moving in powder too.
Oh, no.
Hey, my guy, man.
Wow.
Hey, look, you know how
It's Tuesday,
Are
man.
you're in Unk phase?
No.
Yeah, we're moving.
Drip, man.
We're moving.
Jordan 3. Shout out to my boy Driz Shorts. You know what I'm saying? 12. In the building.
All right. Game 5 last night. All right, so obviously the thing that is of grandest importance from Game 5 last night is that Oklahoma City not only took control, but they got one of the unbelievable Robin, second banana, co-star, whatever you want to call him, performances of all time in the finals from Jaylon Williams. One of the big questions going into this was, are the, there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What about these other guys? Are they ready to be what they need to be in order to be championship level. And he answered that with a resounding yes last night. He was unbelievable. And I will get to some of the historical perspective on that. But I will ask the panel first. At any point, after they had been down, as many as I think 18 or 16 or 18, certainly 14 by halftime, when they cut it to 2, it's a 2-point game with 8.5 minutes left to go. Did you ever think Indiana can do this?
Yes.
I did too.
If you put Andrew Nembhard on the bench and put in TJ McConnell, never thought those words would come out of my mouth. He was a disaster last night.
I mean.
So that's what I felt. I was like,
it is shocking. As we recorded last night after the show, or after the game, I told Jacoby, I said, I don't think I've ever remembered a game where I looked at the box score and next to Andrew Nembhard's name, it says 4 turnovers. And I remember all 4.
he was a disaster. Bro.
They were.
I mean, he threw the ball 120 miles an hour to Matherin.
Yeah.
He threw the ball to Caruso coming out of the timeout, right?
Dribbling off his leg.
Dribbled off his leg. I mean,
And then the one to
just
Casey
clean.
Wallace.
Yeah, 2 just clean throwaways. Anyways, at a 2-point game with 8.5, and that's, look, I got to give credit where credit's due. Oklahoma City showed their championship medal last night because that got tense. And you could tell Richard Jefferson was even saying, like, hey, this crowd's getting a little tense. Once it gets to 2, and this is the domain, I mean, you know that clutch games have been where Indiana has dwelled, but, man, they turned up, got 4 straight turnovers in possessions that Indiana had to have buckets. Not only did they not get buckets, they got turnovers in all 4
and they scored
straight, and they scored on them. In all of them, and just ran away with the game at the end. And Jaylon Williams,
I got newfound respect for that dude, bro.
Holy mackerel, was he
40
great.
ball in the finals is something serious.
Yeah. I mean, having 40, I mean, like you say, you're robbing. That's probably the greatest robbing performance I've seen in a while. But what scared me about their comeback when they cut it to 2, I'm thinking like, damn, what if they was in Indiana with this type of energy?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like once Shea comes out the game, it's like you forcing those other guys to be creative. You forcing those other guys to make the offense of something. And it's like I remember Shea was coming back to the bench. It was like Shea reporting back to the bench.
He's on the score table,
It's like, damn, they kind of like freeze up or they get lax. And I was thinking if they were in Indiana, I thought they probably would have pulled it. But you can't have your star having 0 points all throughout what the hell you thinking what's going on?
What the hell is going on?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
0 field goals is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, be aggressive. And I think you got to give.
Depends on if your calf hurting or not, bro. You got to at least shoot the ball, like make a shot, bro.
Yeah, but that shows you why great the defense of Oklahoma City is. Like, they shut him down. They keyed in on him. They whole offense is, if it's a pick and roll with a switch with Chet, we might switch that. But our normal switches with the guard-to-guard switches, we ain't switching to be back. No, we switching to be right up on you. And I think his offense is predicated on Miles Turner's popping and hitting that 3, opening up some space for the corner. Now I can get down here and make a layup. They own that, Chris.
He also cannot get, and he has talked about in the past where it's like, I judge how well I played by how many times I get 2 feet in the paint. You think about it last night.
He not getting in there.
No. And don't tell me it's not available because I watched TJ McConnell get 2 feet in the paint every time he touched the ball.
He was crossing up.
Hold on, now that's deceiving. That's deceiving because we sagging 8 feet up off his ass for what? Hold on.
They didn't expect it to.
Hold on,
They didn't expect him to get that.
Like, all right, Kentucky.
Don't take away
No,
from
I'm
that
not taking
brilliance.
away from y'all guys, but listen.
Don't take away from it.
But listen, bro.
They
doing the same offense,
business,
bro.
bro.
And man, their offense is potent. That shows you how potent their offense is. You could just plug and play McDonald in there and those 18 points.
Don't call him McDonald.
Call him McDonald. Call him McIverson. How about that? TJ McIverson.
TJ McIverson?
Yeah.
So, man.
But listen. TJ Nash. Come on
listen,
now. MJ McConnell.
It scares me, bro, because if Oklahoma City don't win this next one,
you think it could get tense in 7?
I think it could get tense.
Well, I'll tell you this. Hey, I'll tell you
that
this.
comeback was crazy, bro. They had plenty of opportunity to just kill the game away. It'd be a 14-15, maybe a 3 here or a couple stops, you up a dub. You sitting your starters in the 4th. But those guys keep pushing. As soon as it's a make, they sprint back down.
Yep.
hitting the three. Then I just realized what's his name? Neesmith.
Yeah.
Aaron Neesmith. He had one of the greatest dunks that's going to be forgotten.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And he could shoot the three, bro. I didn't know he could shoot.
40%.
I'll tell you this, though.
I didn't know he could shoot it like that.
You're a shooter.
You saw his tap.
Yeah. He said the tap. Hey, also, your boy take forever to shoot the ball, too, by the way.
Who?
Your boy T.J. McConnell. He shoot like a WNBA player.
That's focus, bro.
He get the ball.
He's
he get
focused,
He
bro.
get the ball. He like this. He be like.
He's focused.
At the three?
You see him
He's
shoot?
focused.
At three? No. But his game is.
He's locking in.
Yeah.
He load that mud up.
No, his game is like, and it's crazy. It just may sound. His game is like Deshaun Livingston. Okay. He not gonna shoot no threes, but I'm gonna get to this 1, 2, 3, two dribble pull up.
Yep.
And that's cash.
And he told him last night. He said they got to guard me now. You see that?
Yep.
He said they got to guard me now.
Boy, you is with us.
He is
They were going under the screen.
Boy, you is with us.
They should have put him back in the game.
They should have.
So
They should have put
shouldn't.
him back
They
in.
should.
Yes, they should.
They should have put him back in.
I mean,
let him in
if Hallie could play,
scoring.
if Hallie could play.
Halliburton couldn't do anything.
He
could.
He was garbage.
And Nemhard was
garbage.
what team he played for.
He was in the torture
Think
chamber.
he hurt like that?
I don't know what he
He was
went.
limping after game 2.
He's up and down, up and
Lower
down. He's
leg.
done this so many times.
After
He
game
has.
2, he was leaving the podium doing the same little limp.
He's done this so many times.
It's like the LeBron.
He'll have 4 and then he'll have 32, 9, and 8.
It's a roller coaster, bro.
That's his game. So
it's
it's
a
safe to say
Halliburton.
that's his game. He inconsistent.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Cause I see a lot of people keep saying, you know, he might could be the face of the league.
What league? What league?
And all that.
What
And
league?
he's a
Hold
scorer.
on.
He's
Here.
a
light-skinned league?
superstar. And
I
all
bet.
that.
Hey, here's what I'm betting. I'm betting.
He owed a lot to Rick Carlisle.
I bet Thursday night. I bet Thursday night Halliburton's awesome and the Pacers win. That's what I bet.
I think so, too. I mean,
And if that happens, Chris, I'm scared.
Because that's just the ebb and flow of the
and
series.
the bench will be good. The bench players, the other players will
Yeah,
be better.
Kayshawn Wallace had not made a 3 until last night, and he couldn't miss. Aaron Wiggins making threes.
I love when he get off.
Who,
I
Aaron
ain't
Wiggins?
gonna lie. When Wiggins get off, I
He
say,
killed us.
no, I'm saying I love when he get off in these series
Why?
because you got to figure, bro. He's an X factor, bro. X Factor.
You gotta understand too.
Let me Google
Tony
where
is
he's
sitting
from.
at his house
Hold on.
with his son in an SGA jersey and rooting on the Thunder,
No,
and so
I'm
he
not.
gets caught up in it.
No, I'm
Yes, he
not.
does.
I'm trying to figure out why you root
Hey,
for Aaron
hey,
Wiggins,
hey,
bro.
hey, can
why
we-
the hell you root
hey,
for him?
can
He's an outlet for Shea. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, can we please speak
See,
one
Shea had
moment?
10 assists last night.
Hey,
Yeah, he
can
did.
we
He was
please
dominant.
speak for one moment about the Neesmith thing? Because the dunk was awesome. He can
was
knock down
amazing.
threes, whatever. Bro, he has pulled off. It dawned on me last night because I'm a Neesmith fan too. And he has had some unbelievable hustle plays. And he was really good defensively when he was the bigger, more athletic guy in the New York series. He is not the bigger, more athletic guy in this series. And when we talked about his glow up and we put the picture side by side with you,
Yeah.
and the braids make the energy guy look like he's going so much harder, i.e. Damari Carroll back in the day and whatever. Bro, they are killing him. The end of game 4, they got every switch on Gilgeous-Alexander to Neesmith, and he scored every time. And last night, Nemhard was like, no, I ain't switching. And Nemhard did an unbelievable job. He was a disaster offensively.
Yeah.
Unbelievable job on Gilgeous-Alexander, as he has done. As good as you can do. Bro, Nemhard is getting destroyed by Jaylon Williams. I'm like, bro, don't let this long hair fool you, because this dude is getting fricasseed.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, 40 is, and not only 40, with like crazy efficiency.
in the bag-
Just any
in-
kind of way he wanted it. I feel like Jalen Williams was scoring.
So
on
Jalen
him.
Williams last night, you talk about being one of the greatest second fiddle performances ever.
Yes.
Jalen Williams last night scored more games in Game 5 than Scottie Pippen ever scored in his 208 career playoff games.
Listen to this. You ready for this?
Like that.
Hey,
Like that, yeah.
no, ready for this. These are the active.
Scotty,
hey,
damn.
these are the active NBA players with 40-point NBA Finals games. Okay, you ready? LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, Devin Booker, Giannis, Jokic, Westbrook, Chris Middleton. That's it. That's everybody.
That didn't have 40.
Shut
Shout
about Chris Middleton getting 40 in a
It was
finals
very-
game?
That's big time.
Yeah, man.
That's in playoffs?
This is very reminiscent of the Middleton 40-point game against the Suns.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because he is, look, again, who knows what his career will be? All of those guys, if they said, you know what, I've put my body through so much, I'm retiring. Every one of those guys I just mentioned is a Hall of Famer.
Facts.
Like, they could never play another game. Chris Middleton probably will end up being one when it's all said and done. I don't know how many All-Star games and whatever he's made, but, like, it is most like Middleton, right? Who was the obvious second fiddle to Giannis on that team and then came up with this 40-point. But just to speak to that, how rare 40 points is in a finals game. Yeah. And especially rare if you're not the guy, right? Yeah. This like LeBron and Curry and Giannis and Jokic and like those guys are all like Jaylon Williams is clearly the second best player on his team.
Yes,
indeed.
It was beautiful.
All-star.
Beautiful
Right.
basketball, too. It was like 3-level, mid-range, 3-ball, getting to the rack.
I would say
he was in his bag.
I would say the only ones that you would say were clearly the second best player on their team that's on that list are Kyrie, Middleton, and Westbrook. Westbrook had it.
Yeah.
It was 2012.
Oh, it was back in the OKC.
The OKC guys. So, but you would say those three guys
They
were the
best
second
players,
best players on their teams. But so that's how rare that is,
Yeah. For
right? To score 40 as the second best player on your team, because it's hard enough to score 40 in a finals game
In a
as
basketball
the
game,
best
period.
player.
That's what I'm saying. In a game, period, it's hard to go 40.
Right.
And I know we sitting here glazing this 40, right? But listen.
You for the hate?
No, listen, we glazing this 40, but I think he had to do that last night. As hard as Indiana be playing, man, and the way they was digging into the league, never giving up, never looking, out of, focus. I kind of looked at Shea at that time, and I was like, yo, what's Shea gonna do? What is he doing? He quietly got his game off, but Shea looked a little tired to me last night.
He did.
If you saw him walking to the free throw line, you saw him falling.
This is the second third games looked a little exhausted.
I was like, bro, is he tired? Are they doing a number on him? So it was like, yo, dude, you gotta come and be an all-star.
Because one of the things they're doing is they're trying to put him in actions every time.
Every
This
time.
is what they always do to the great players.
Try to start down so he can play both ends.
Yeah, we're finding you not because you're the weak link defensively,
but you got to work.
Yes.
And you got to work. And sometimes I'm starting to see, and this ain't nothing, I ain't saying nothing bad about Shea, but it's getting to the point when you are that tired, like you be left with, you always might be the rotation guy, or you might be the guy that had to, pick up for the big. Yeah. And you don't get there, and you see the big get an and one layup. Or, you know what I mean?
A lot of times, how many times did we see him getting stuck on Siakam under the basket?
Oh,
those type of plays.
And Siakam just whoop.
And I'm thinking just an extra effort that he probably could go grab, like he was probably doing through the regular season. Yeah. I think now the job that Indiana doing on him, I think is wearing on him.
They tried to stagger his substitution pattern too to give him a little extra rest. You see him go to the bench early. You see him go to the bench late.
I feel like Tony's coming to our side.
He is coming to our side. He's like, FCL looking a little tired.
I think he's coming to our side.
For sure he looked at exhausted. I was
you
like,
didn't come out of that game thinking Oklahoma City's going to win in 6.
All last night I was like, they gonna win in 6, but then last night I was like, nah, this is going to 7, simply because Indiana never get discouraged, bro. They always call back. They always fight back, man. And they ain't got no reason.
They've got a good DNA. They do. They got a good DNA as a team.
If you saw 22 turnovers versus any other team in the NBA,
man, they'd have been over there with the towels over their head. They'd have been down 50
balls.
Looking
crazy.
sad, man.
Any
those
other
guys
NBA
stay
team except the
engaged.
Pacers, bro, because they gonna keep. They keep pushing and
they were so messy with the ball.
When you lose points off turnovers 32-9 to Oklahoma City, that means you should lose by 30.
Yeah, easily.
You should absolutely lose by 20 to 30 to them, and they didn't.
It's just a matter of being able to take care of the ball. Take care of the ball and keep them off the line more. Because they lost the three-point line. They lost the free throw line. They lost the turnover battle by 100.
And you lost by 11.
And it was still it was a 2-point game with 8.5 minutes left.
Yeah. Now, if Jaylon Williams come back and do this again,
oh my God,
back-to-back 40 closeout,
Well, no,
do you get an MVP to Jaylon Williams?
So
that's
why he might be doing a Jaylen Brown right now.
I will say this: there's 3 games. Hey, there's 3. Hey, because it's not. Look, 40 is the highlight. Look at the 2 games before that, though. They're both high-scoring nights.
27-26, yeah.
27-26, 40.
It ain't just a landslide.
No, high efficiency numbers too, bro. SGA, that boy about to do the Russell Westbrook. I'm looking at that trophy, bro. I need that for his MVP, bro. Hey,
the Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, sneak up behind him. By the way, he was the only one that really played last night for the Pacers.
Siakam.
Yeah,
he was awesome.
He reminded a lot of folks that he can do a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
bro.
it's but
Spicy
with
P.
The Siakam, bro. You don't mess with Siakam. What's Siakam?
I love him. He's a champion. I'm just saying, for the finals right now, it's Hallie down. Hallie's down.
Yeah, he was
Hallie's
trying.
down. Hallie's down.
He was trying to.
So it gotta come to you. But I'm when Hallie's back, I be wanting that same energy when they, you know what I'm saying?
Right, isolation.
When they both vibing. Yeah. It's sometimes it just don't look as dominant as it did yesterday. I don't know.
All right, well, there's our thoughts on Game 5. What'd you think about the Bane trade?
The who? The Bane trade? Man, shout out to Desmond Bane, man. Got a chance, meet him. Sat with him a couple times, chopped it up with him a couple times. He definitely did a lot for the organization and in the community. He will be missed. Grizz Nation for sure, was hurt. But, hey, man, it's business. It's the nature of the game. And traveling with $200 million to another city, no state tax, hey, I don't think he's tripping either.
He certainly.
He didn't appear to be from the videos tripping. He was good.
I will say, hey, he was a little petty yesterday.
He was.
He was
Super
a little
petty,
He was
bro.
a little on his Rudy Gay, where with the very loud DAP video, and this ain't like Memphis.
That DAP
and
was
then,
neat.
And then when he got the jersey, and he's like, "This is the best jersey I ever wore." Like, come on, bro, you got to wear the turquoise throwbacks.
It's the new
come
girlfriend.
on, bro.
It's the new girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You get a new stick.
He
bro,
was a little petty about the video.
So that's why KD say that dap.
The dab was crazy. The dab was loud, bro. I ain't never seen him do that dab here in my life. It may be because the coach may be black, but I mean, damn, do you see the dab?
Yeah, I saw it. And
That was it was a little.
But I mean, hey, man, he will be missed. But I'm pretty sure, Zach, Tay, those guys up there, they working hard to get something for us next year. So we definitely got champions in Caldwell
So
Pope.
look, here's the deal,
And a veteran.
and we've all described this. The trade did not make you better, and so now the goal is to get better. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the assets. You've got the 16th pick in next week's draft.
It's still some
You've
more
got the
building,
2026. But I mean, you have the assets to be able to attain. You see all of these guys get traded, not the least of which is Desmond Bane. You just saw it, right? You have to have contracts and picks. And that's what they have. They have contracts and picks to be able to attain and be able to build out around Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. And I do think that we will judge this when this offseason's over, right? Obviously, you can't lose Desmond Bane and that big of a piece to your puzzle and then just add what you've added, right? This is part of an offseason. Mm-hmm. This is the first step of an offseason of where if your edict is we want to win and we want to be able to compete at the highest level and we know we weren't close, okay, now you've made one of the moves, right? That's fine. But now that ain't the move, right? That gets you to the next level, right? Mm-hmm. The moves that are going to get you to the next level are still to come.
I ain't never think that neither. I always thought when they was doing that, I was like, well, yeah, he gonna be a piece to a puzzle.
Sure.
It's definitely gonna be something else brought to the table. You know what I mean? And they up there working, man. Let's give them some time, man. It's early in it ain't even free agency yet. So.
Yeah, the finals not even over.
Draft hasn't even happened
and here's
yet.
the problem. We've got what we deal with all the time is most of the national media is from big cities and big city national media guys. I've dealt with this literally my entire career. Always think that small markets are basically there in service of the big markets. And so why are any good players ever at those places, right? They're all there to be able to filter somewhere else. The second you draft Ja Morant, somebody is making a Photoshop of him in a Lakers jersey, right? Have fun. He'll be a Laker in 4 years. It's like, what? What? All right. And so, obviously, this is going to be a big offseason for the Grizzlies. They've decided to build this thing out around John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. And then you have the biggest name on ESPN with the biggest megaphone.
And forehead.
Stephen A. Smith, going on national television this morning and saying the following about Memphis's quest to attain talent.
Marcus, listen, I know y'all got to go. You going to tell folks why nobody wants to be in Memphis, or you want me to do it?
Oh, no. For a player like me, I just don't think that the league, like, for guys like me, I love to be in Memphis. I embrace it, but you got to identify those guys, right? And it's not that simple, especially a younger guy to identify that wants to be in Memphis. I want to hear you say, why you think
The people in Memphis is a great sports town, great fans, great people. Yeah. But there's an element there where cats like Jimmy Butler and others don't feel it's the safest environment. I'm talking to the local authorities in Memphis. You got to clean some of that stuff up because it's dissuasive to NBA players. They have talked about it. I know they've told me.
All right.
Okay. So let's just say, obviously, we're going to talk to Tony about this. I watched that. Obviously, I got tagged on it 100 million times. It is so intensely hurtful and deeply irresponsible to go on national TV and say that. I have been here for 25 years, as have the Grizzlies. There is not one player outside of Pau Gasol when the team was going to go into tank mode that I know of that has requested a trade from Memphis. There is not one player that I know of that has been the victim of crime while they have been here. There is not one player that has not re-signed with the Memphis Grizzlies if the stakes were the same, right? If the money is the same, there's not one player that has had the opportunity to re-sign with the Memphis Grizzlies and has left. So to go on national TV and say players don't want to go to Memphis because it's unsafe, like, I am a Cardinals fan. St. Louis is one of the most dangerous cities statistically there is. Do you ever hear that about the Cardinals? Did you ever hear, Caleb Williams might not want to go? I've never heard. I mean, honestly, I'm not kidding.
He said the name Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler played in Chicago during the prime.
I'm just saying,
Chief Keef.
Have you ever heard that about a city? Have you?
About
is that
no,
ever
Memphis
been a reason?
Is definitely the one that gets. I mean,
no. Has that ever been a reason that has been given on national television or anywhere else? Has there ever been? Have you ever heard it in conjunction with the Grizzlies as a organization?
No.
A player left because of this. A player didn't want to get drafted because of this. This is the first time anybody has ever gone on. Like I'm saying, I've been here 25 years. You can say that it's been a conversation, that hasn't made it to that point. But you have to look at what's happened with the franchise, and it's like, why has everybody re-signed here? Why has nobody asked to be traded from here? Why has there not been some kind of terrible stories about things, about being a professional athlete here, right? I don't understand how I've never heard that about any other team in any other market.
Tia, you've been here.
So the only cities that Memphis really get.
Bro, speak on it, bro. I mean, look, you with your homeboy. You played in the league for how long? Like,
man, one thing for sure too for certain, man. I think it got a bad stigma. I think the first 48, a lot of senseless violence has been going on. But when we talk specifically about the basketball players, whether it's the college in Memphis or it's us, the NBA, the Memphis Grizzlies, I think the city got a different type of respect for us. I think we out the way of all of the nonsense and stuff that you hear on the news. There's been plenty of times, man, where I've been in gas stations where, I done seen some of the roughest of the roughest, you know what I'm saying, looking like they was probably in mode to do something that time. Yeah. But once they saw it was me, they end up taking off the ski masks and asking for pictures. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, Memphis ain't really what you hyping it up to be, Stephen A. Memphis is a real wholesome city, man. We grind down here. We work blue-collar people, man. And we love basketball and barbecue. And that's the type of stuff that people are scared of. That's going on everywhere. You got to realize, look at some of these other cities. You got Chicago. Come on, bro. You ain't speak nothing about that when the players was playing in Chicago.
Can you imagine if they said Caleb Williams, look, I'm talking to people, and people don't even want to get drafted by the Bears.
Because they said Chief Keef and the boys are lining it up in Chicago.
Come on, man. Like that, it just ain't going like that. And I just think the hoop, when I say the basketball players, the NBA guys, I think what places are you going besides the gym? Or restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or some day-to-day stuff with your family. You ain't putting yourself in none of these west side of Chicago, west side of north side of Memphis. You ain't putting yourself in them situations. So what you got to be scared of? You go to the facility and you drive home to your big house. And that's it. You take your kids to school.
Which, by the way, cost you nothing.
Less here than ever.
Like for him to say that, I think he helping push that narrative from Jimmy Butler not wanting to come here
and why is Mike Miller here? Why is Tony Allen here? Why was Zebo here? Why is Tayshaun Prince back here? Like all these guys were
why did Marcus Morris on that same video say, I would love to go to Memphis?
Yeah.
That same video where you say he said I would love to be there.
That's what you call people doing salt shaking. They call that salt shaking. He's slick hating on the side. You get what I'm saying? So when you see Stephen A. doing us like that, I like what Ja's doing.
Do you think players told Stephen A., I don't want to go to Memphis because it's dangerous?
Ain't nobody ever said that. Ain't nobody ever. If anything, they said, hey, we get tired of going to that West. they like, y'all need some better hotels.
They stay at the Hyatt, not TA.
What they say?
They stay at the Hyatt.
No, I'm talking back in the day. When I played.
They
hated the West.
Oklahoma City stayed at the Westin when they were the playoffs. They stayed at the Westin.
Hey, KD said he hated the Westin.
Yeah.
Don't let the Westin be the reason why you don't come down here. Please don't let the Westin be the reason you don't come down here, man. Listen, come on down here, bro. It's cool.
They didn't fix it up. That Westin looked exactly the same as it did 20 years ago.
Forget it, bro. Braun was mad because we were playing music outside the Westin.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah, but I don't know why they doing that, man. I ain't had no problems up here. And I'm telling you, like I said,
no, but you have never had a player mention that to you?
Never, ever. Never, ever.
Do you think you feel more love here than you think, than other places?
Most definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when players come here, they feel like the city embraces them as like not just hoopers, but people too.
Real people. I'm telling you, and you gonna have that same type. You gonna carry yourself within that same standard. Like I'm a regular person, bro. Yeah. I ain't above or beyond. It's all love.
The crazy thing is, it's like the crazy. This is why, to me, it is so deeply irresponsible. Talk about somebody that's been here.
Come on, man.
That's what's fair.
Yeah.
Come on.
To me, what's fair is if Stephen A. Smith said, I've talked to guys that played in Memphis and they blank, blank, blank.
Just don't talk to Chandler Parsons. He'll crap on
it. That's Tia homeboy, apparently, bro.
Who?
Oh, yeah.
Chandler. Yeah, shout out Chandler, man.
No, don't shout him out, bro. He's trying to move us to Vegas, bro.
He a cool dude. I checked him on that, bro. I told him, bro, Memphis ain't going nowhere, bro. Be cool,
No, but
bro.
what I'm saying is if Stephen A. Smith had any, again, if there was any kind of...
It's bothering Chris. Chris don't like that.
Because the perception of Memphis...
You gotta be built different.
The perception of Memphis is certain. And look, we have our problems. Nobody is denying that crime's a problem in Memphis. Nobody is denying that Memphis has got its own problems. What I'm saying is we are talking about a very specific thing, which is that NBA players don't want to come. He is saying on national TV that players don't want to come to Memphis. And it's like, if that's true, why have none of them requested a trade? Why have none of them left?
Yeah.
Every player has re-signed here. And it's not exactly, and they're not all Tony Allens and Zebos.
Everybody.
Guys that were raised in rough areas, so there's a different comfort level for them than there might be guys that were raised in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Right? The guys that are raised in the suburbs, they don't leave either. Mike Conley was not. What are you talking about? You think Mike Conley's ever been in Tony's neighborhood?
Bro,
Mike Miller's from South Dakota.
You got to be.
He actually lived down the street.
No, the one here he did. Okay. I'm talking about in Chicago.
Chicago, he would never been up. But you got to be built a little bit different to come here. But I mean, that's every city though. You got to be a little.
But ask Mike Conley, ask Mark Gasol, ask Zebo, ask Tony Allen, ask Tayshaun Prince, ask Mike Miller, ask Shane Battier,
Costa Koufis.
Why do
John Lure?
Why has no player ever said that?
Yeah.
No, it hasn't happened, Chris. But what I'm thinking,
except for the players that haven't played here.
And
when they get here, they love it.
That's just a possibility they might land here. They get to know. Hey, my preferred destinations is L.A., New York, Chicago. But I'm like, come on, man.
Again, and we've all understood.
Yeah.
Memphis is never going to be the desired location for someone. Again, these guys are millionaires, and there's cities that are more desirable to live in than Memphis, okay, for an NBA player with millions of dollars. I got it.
But, hey, Chris,
why do they all end up loving it here?
Chris, shouldn't the guys that's coming to an organization be thinking, hey, I can be a key fit to help us get to a championship, as opposed to what's really going on in the city? Majority of these guys got their own chefs. Bro, you ain't got to worry about going out to the restaurant. Your whole sole purpose is to play basketball, win, and NBA. Bro, what are you trying to go to a club? We got love.
Everybody except you.
We got love.
Everybody except you, bro. You been a blue monkey eating the buffalo.
No, I will tell you, I was around you.
Hey, man.
I was around you your entire Memphis career. You didn't have downtime. You didn't have a lot of downtime.
No.
You have basketball.
And the guys that we
your days off, you're not like.
You ain't just hanging out in the city.
No, I'm in the gym.
Yeah.
And that's what these guys be in the gym.
In this gym right here.
Come on, man. These guys are gym rats, or what you call them.
And they also live in bona fide mansions.
And I think,
you went out to Marcus Smart's when he lived here.
Oh, yeah.
Marcus Smart lived in a place bigger than friggin' Bellevue Baptist Church.
That joint was massive.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, more space than he know what to do with it.
Yeah.
He probably lived in a house that probably cost $3 million. I don't know. I guess he was renting it at the time, but $3 million. That thing had probably 25,000 square feet.
I think Kyle Anderson was that way when he got here, because he grew up in New Jersey, then played down in Texas, and when he got here and he saw the house that he goes, wait, I can get this. How much is this?
You're right.
Like what? Okay, yeah, I'm cool.
Dez's house that he's leaving here.
I think
he just bought.
I think a lot of these guys, when they got them big names, I think they looking at it from a business standpoint, what they can get from the outside of the NBA.
Oh, like maybe a signature shoe and being one of the biggest Nike spokespersons.
Put up the tweet, Jaylon. Put the tweet up.
I think that's
it
what's
has
going
obviously hurt Ja Morant.
Put the tweet up, Ja. Yeah, 12.
Talking about the Grizz more than the finals with these cap-ass sources. Instead of focusing on the performances we've seen from J-Dub, Shea, TJ Siakam. By the way, shout out for him mentioning TJ. How this series is going. We saying something negative about a city team on a national level, and I'm going to be in that 901 source me.
Yeah, Solitaire Steve. Read that.
Hey, I ain't going to lie,
Check that, Solitaire Steve.
John, that was gangster. I don't really condone a lot of this tweeting and doing all that,
That's cap, but okay.
He stood on the end for that. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
immediately, bro.
I mean,
John, that's
he
I like that.
He literally has a Grizzlies logo tattooed on his back.
So that kills all the noise, and that kills all the noise of them saying they trying to get Lil Bro up out of here.
Should the Grizzlies trade Ja?
You get what I'm saying? Like, he killed. He killed two birds with one stone.
That's where
no business.
That's where I wanted to run my car into the Mississippi River. Is the whole now or should they trade? Because then when you press these dumbasses, for what? Well, just start over and then tank out and then get and then what? You get a high draft pick and that's how you rebuild, right? Rebuild through the draft. Do you know the chances of drafting someone better than Ja Morant?
Good luck, bro. Good luck.
Do you know the chances of drafting somebody better than Jaren Jackson Jr.?
You're gonna have to pray to God to get a good draft pick to get that.
Like, what are we talking about?
It's insanity.
And I got it. Ja, we all agree. Ja's got to play more, whatever, right? also, I have tried to attempt to give perspective, on the Spotify pod. I try to tell people, bro, they were 2 games from the 3 seed. Perception is everything. And so now it's like they're an also-ran, they're middle-of-the-pack team. Like, are you middle of the pack? It's 2 games. 2 games. Is the 3, you were a home court advantage team or you're middle of the pack that needs to rebuild? That's the difference? And you started 2 rookies. If anything, last year proved you could put anybody with them.
Yeah, for sure.
You literally put the 9th pick in the draft and the 39th pick in the draft in a shitty draft.
No.
And
when you say it like that, though, you put those players.
You still won 48 games.
You would think you would be at the lower part of the.
Terrible.
I'm talking about all throughout the season. We were number 2.
All year.
All year, bro.
You get what I'm saying?
You can put anybody with them.
Exactly.
So,
if you put Dylan Brooks and Steven Adams with them, you win 56 games.
And hell, Chris,
right?
we could take it even further in the perfect world. You put Durant right there with us. We're another 40 games. Come on down here, KD. Man, hey, man,
stop tripping, bro.
I got you, KD.
Hey,
you ain't got to worry about nothing.
He'll take care of you. I know the
you
one.
You good, homie.
The one thing NBA players do say about Tia, you probably see the one thing that players do say about Memphis, they don't say about it's not about the crowd. They just say it's boring. They ain't got much to do. Ain't much
shaking. Ain't no one oak.
Yeah, ain't no one oak.
It's Roser's spot.
No one.
Roser wants to go to one oak.
What's the spot in Miami? The booby traps.
Booby traps.
Ain't no booby traps going on. You know what I'm saying?
There's no towel here.
Ain't no towel.
Ain't no towel.
But that's the only thing they say. But like,
we ain't got a Nobu.
We ain't no Nobu.
We ain't going to Nobu. You ain't doing that.
We got cheese.
We got cheese, bro. We got wings. We got barbecue.
Come on down here, man.
But
Trust.
that's the only thing they say is the boring. But
No. My problem is going on national TV and saying players don't want to go to Memphis because it's not safe. That has never been said about another market ever.
Hey, you could tell.
Have you ever heard that being
What about Atlanta?
a topic?
What about Atlanta?
Has anybody
got
said
bunch of
that they know professional athletes don't want to play in a city that you know of? That did not have anything to do with sports.
Well, the city that most commonly gets mentioned with Memphis when it comes to crime, I would say the 2 are Detroit and Oakland.
Okay.
Detroit, you never hear that about.
Chicago.
And Oakland doesn't have teams.
Miami got terrible crime too, but you got a bunch of BBL, so you guess what? You ain't got to worry about no crime.
Bro, this is the NBA, bro. Yeah. These are NBA players, bro. Like you said, they don't have those pros and cons, right?
The BBL's not shaking everywhere.
Right.
I'm telling you, there's a list of 10 things that you could list for why NBA players don't want to play in Memphis. Maybe it's the chicks. Maybe it's the food. Maybe it's because I can't fly my side chick in easily because our airport doesn't have enough flights. There's a lot of but crime is really far down,
bro.
Like, again, if you wanted to list off reasons why Memphis isn't as good a place for a professional athlete as a myriad of other cities, I'm on board with you.
Trump just made it safe too anyway. So it's cool.
We got the National Guard here.
Right, we
got tanks.
Like, come on, bro. Y'all shouldn't be worried about none of that. But my whole thing, I'm just confused. Like, man, when you look at just the game of basketball and you implement yourself as a superstar into what we've been doing, what we've been building, and just our DNA of gritting and grinding, like, do players not want to come here and have to play as hard? And then you get a guy like KD or Jimmy Butler when we had a chance to get, those guys are superstars. Like, the city would love to have a superstar. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We never been, blessed with that.
Is it?
I'm saying, we never been blessed with that type of caliber of superstar on the wing side of things. Just to pair him with Jaylon and Ja, I think guys need to look at what that could actually be, man, because it actually look good on paper.
I'm just saying, if this had ever been an issue, he is creating an issue by saying players don't want to go there.
Nah, bro.
No, it is creating an issue.
It is creating an issue because if that is so, then I would just ask, why has nobody?
Somebody got to.
Their contracts don't end and then they leave.
No, a lot of dudes stay here, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of dudes spin the block and come back here.
We need to get on.
I've never seen a player in 25 years. We have had one trade request.
A lot of dudes spin the block and come back to the
I'm not kidding.
They love this city, boy.
One player who, by the way, loved Memphis.
Yeah, they love this.
Yeah.
No. His parents worked at St. Jude.
Once people get here, they don't want to leave. It's like a gravitational pull of like, because you can say like, yeah, I don't know if I want to go there, but once you get in the city and you see the love they give TA, the Zebos, the Mike Collins, the John, the Jaron, you like, hold on now. I can kick my feet up in this.
And
line.
I promise you, if they tried to re-sign Luke Kennard, he'd sign the dotted line tomorrow. If they tried again,
it's a different kind of pride
why have
here,
players
bro.
not? If it's that way for NBA players, why has that not been the case?
Hey,
explain to me.
I want to know too.
So you can talk about perception, but there is a reality. It's not like we've been a market for 5 years. We've been a market for 25 years.
Yeah.
And so to say it on national TV is super damaging. Again, if you wanted to talk to a player that had been here, but I don't give a shit what some guy that's never been in the city and never played in the city has a perception
I
of.
think most people trade requesting, though, has nothing to do with the cities themselves.
No, it's just a team.
Like Kevin Durant asking out of Phoenix has nothing to do with Phoenix. It has nothing to do with the city of Phoenix.
The other thing I'm going to tell you, there is a ton of reasons. As I said, I'm not crazy. There's a lot of reasons why a professional athlete would rather be in a different city. Maybe they like the sun. Maybe they hate taking their trash out and their underwear being wet. It's 8:30 in the morning. Not that that happened to me this morning, but it for sure did. Or where it's humid as shit. And it's, maybe they like better weather. Maybe they want to go to a place where there's an abundance of chicks. Maybe they want to go to a place where there's better restaurants. Maybe they want to go to a place where there's better clubs. Yeah. Maybe they want to go to a place with a better airport that they can fly their chicks into. Maybe they want to go to a place where they have more, I don't want to even say privacy. Hell, half of them live out in the sticks and mansions.
Yeah, they get privacy here, bro. You
I
can pop out what you want.
I don't know, dude. Did KD not want to come here because
he didn't want to go anywhere at the deadline?
Minnesota's on his list now.
Minnesota's not on his list. He does not want to go to Minnesota.
He don't want to go to Minnesota.
So there's a
San Antonio.
What makes
Miami and Houston.
What makes those other fits good?
KD wanted to go to Phoenix. He wanted to go to Phoenix. He wanted to go from Brooklyn to Phoenix. Now he wants to go to either Houston, San Antonio, or Miami, but he doesn't want to go to Minnesota, where Anthony Edwards, who loves him, and he loves Ant, he don't want to go there. Why? Because Minnesota's cold. He wants to be in a warm weather city. He wants to go to Houston, San Antonio, or Miami. He wants to be warm.
Because he's been in Phoenix.
But imagine if Stephen A. said the crime in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Or the crime in L.A. How about that? Because there's crime like a mud in L.A., but guess what? It's also palm trees. What about New Orleans? There's crime there. There's crime in Atlanta. There's crime in...
The New Orleans one is...
It's like, what are we like? It's like very selective, and that's the part that pisses me off, bro.
The thing that pisses me off is it's never been said about another city.
Never.
In any other sport, either.
Never. Also,
imagine if they would have said that Caleb Williams doesn't want to go to Chicago and players don't want to sign in Chicago because of the crime. You would think that's insane.
Also,
what?
This may be the
and
same
Tony's
person.
from Chicago in the most dangerous part.
Yeah, this may be the same person over. Now that we really kind of taking back the layers of it. This is the same solitaire Steve that was talking about Elvis being the biggest thing. Like,
I know.
When he's talking about Memphis.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait to see the Elvis sign when I put This is the same dude that said that.
Yeah, right.
They say let Elvis go. He's like, let Elvis go.
Yeah.
Like what? Nobody,
when all it probably was
nobody's
an advertisement.
Nobody brings him up.
He saw a friggin' billboard for Graceland and thinks
Live,
that we're all sitting around going, hey, Elvis
You
is
got the
on.
new Elvis track? Like, nobody does that. So this is the same person that was doing that. So for me, it's like, okay, take it as a grain of salt, but also, bro, don't go on a national platform and shit on the place where I'm from.
Right.
The place where we wake up every day and we rock out every day. Don't do that, bro.
Josh stood on that.
He stood on it.
Josh stood on it.
Don't do that, bro.
Jen, JJ, Triple J, go ahead. At Stephen A. Smith,
Yeah.
tell him, hey, man, been perfectly fine for me up here, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you ever had a time where you thought you were in danger as an NBA because you were an NBA player, not because you were a Memphian?
Nah, I ain't never been in no
Like to make it
situations
sound
where,
like a young multimillionaire would be a target.
No, I ain't never I always felt
your
like
good interactions with people would outweigh bad interactions 1,000,000 to 1.
for sure, like 10 to 1,
more.
for sure. Like there's no problem, meaning no problem.
Like they more inclined to take care of you to try to push up on you.
Exactly, and that's a fact. I've been
You've been in there.
been some places. Then they ran out of gas over there on 3rd not too long ago.
Paul Pierce got stabbed like 1,000 times in Boston.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, bro?
He did.
Had to pull over one guy.
You've had all kinds of players have
He had a quick $9.
violent run-ins in all manner of cities. In 25 years, I can't remember one here. I'm not kidding.
For players?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Do you ever remember? Do you ever remember a player having?
I mean,
John's
house. Yeah.
But that was
a
outside.
national thing.
That was outside, bro.
That same thing happened to Travis Kelce's house.
That wasn't even.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a Memphian.
Yeah,
No.
that was a
That was somebody from out of state.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like
It was
a
from a
ring
different
of robberies.
country.
A
Yeah,
ring
it
of
was a
robberies,
ring of
bro.
robberies of athletes. Yeah.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. Most dudes, they come, like I said, most dudes like T.A., Jaws level, Jaron, Luke, Jitty, I'm just saying, bro. They get love from people here, bro. It's love, bro.
Well, yeah, and a lot
It's
of the
weird
star
as-
guys, they don't even. Tony said they come to the practice court, they come to games, and they go home.
Yeah.
Like
And if you see them in a grocery store,
Just sucks because we.
Bro, they got you got the grocery app. You get your where you going? Where you going?
Where you going?
Where you going?
Don't you was different because you wanted to be outside, but yeah, where you going?
No,
But I mean, but
during
if
the season, I was inside.
But if you wanted to find Marc Gasol, you could go over to Whole Foods any night, and he's charging his Tesla and walking around Whole Foods.
Yeah.
I saw him at Kroger when
Like-
I used to work there. When I was in produce, I used to be picking the oranges, just seeing Marc Gasol, Vince Carter walking through the mud, just.
Bro, Memphis ain't on you like that.
Yeah, they ain't on you like that.
It ain't. Most of it is a picture. What's up, bro? You my man, bro. Ooh. This, that, and the other. Y'all cool. You take the picture. You get on about your business, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't been in those situations where I ever been scared in Memphis. Like it's always been love.
I just don't understand how all of these guys stayed here for as long as they did, and nobody ever requested a trade. Right. Nobody's ever had an issue that I know of.
No,
the M show love.
It's
bro.
like, what happened? How is it? Again, that's if you want to tell me that that's valid, then you have to give me a reason why that's valid. Besides, some guy from the outside stayed at the Westin and a bum asked him for $10.
Exactly. And then
And he
you
said,
go
"Man,
on-
this place ain't safe."
And then you go on national television and spew a narrative that shit on the entire city.
Right.
As a whole, who's trying to fight a
Well, and
narrative.
also
that's
send a
every day.
message to the NBA.
Exactly. Who fight a narrative every day, bro, that people don't want to. Like, we fight every day, bro, about Memphis, bro. We talk about this. We fight every day about this. So somebody go on TV to just shit on it, it's like, bro, what are you doing? We're trying over here, bro. We are trying. This city ain't perfect. It ain't perfect at all. But the people like us, like Tony, like the people that make Memphis, bro.
In the basketball world, Grizz Nation.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all need to get on his ass too.
Oh, they've been on his ass all
They
morning. Don't you
are.
worry.
Man,
Don't
like,
you
we
worry.
straight
We
up
do have
here.
a trade. We got a draft trade.
We got draft
We got a draft trade.
Let me hear it.
The Pacers have traded the 23 pick and Mojave King to the Pelicans for
What a cool name.
for New Orleans
Mojave King.
for New Orleans 2026 first round pick that was actually Indiana's. It was their own pick. So Indiana just traded the 23 pick and Mojave King for their own pick in next year's draft.
Mojave King.
Yeah.
He played
Indiana
for the
just got their
Breakers.
pick back for next year for
Yo,
2026.
Shams.
Sean's way
Which
working
makes
overtime.
sense.
So wait,
Indiana-
New Orleans is now going to have what? 23 and what?
They've got 7 already.
7 and 23?
Yeah. And for Indiana, it makes sense to trade their pick because they're going to have to sign Miles Turner, and they're going to go in the tax to do that. And so they don't need a draft pick this year because all that does is going to add more salary.
I'll tell you this, man. I'd throw a package together for one of those young guys if they're going to. They got all new management. They brought in a guy from the Sixers. They brought in a guy from the Hawks.
Trey Murphy.
They brought-
I'm thinking of it right now. I got you, Chris. Don't worry about it. I'm trying to improve the roster right now in my head mentally.
Right.
Okay,
Herb
let's
Jones?
see.
What
Trey-
a perfect fit.
Trey Murphy.
What a perfect
Trey
fit.
Murphy, Herb
Trey
Jones.
Murphy.
Or Herb.
that stretch before he played
Right.
stretch 4 and 3.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hubert Jones?
No, Herbert.
Herbert.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got to get out of there too. He first team. That's my guy. I like him.
Right?
He locking it up.
I'm just saying, like, they've got, like, if they're going to, they're going to remake their team. for sure, because they've got all new management, right? Anytime you bring in guys that are not married to the former roster, they're going to remake it in their image, right?
Yeah.
And so you have guys now, as they blew out Landry Fields, they brought in a guy from Philadelphia, they brought in a guy from Atlanta. They now have a bunch of different guys in that front office in New Orleans, and they're going to remake that team, right? They're going to decide whoever, if they're going to build out around Zion or not, right? You got to make that decision.
Yeah.
Are we building out around Zion? And I guess we will see what they end up doing, but they certainly do have some players there if they are willing to.
Herb makes more sense.
If they're trying to rebuild.
Herb makes more sense than Murphy.
I want Herb.
And again, they're a reasonable one to talk about, hey, could you get players for picks from them? Because they won 20-something games.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies won 48 games, and people talk about, hey, they're just going to tank and have everybody all their good players?
Give me Herb.
The Jaren stuff was like, why would they trade Jaren Jackson Jr. on a $23 million contract? That makes no sense.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to make sense. Everybody thinks that small markets are in service of big markets.
Yes.
That's the truth.
But when you win, it don't even matter.
Right. Look at the finals.
Win.
Just
win. All right, win. That's
All you gotta do is win,
come on, bro. 2 low market team, whatever y'all call it.
Small market.
Small market,
There you
okay, cool. But got the biggest names in it. What the hell and Shea Gillis.
On the biggest platform.
You on the biggest platform.
Small markets on the biggest platform.
You feel? Come on, bro. This, I don't even know why they call it that, bro. If you on an NBA team, you know what I'm saying, it's probably worth somewhere up there in the hundreds or close to billions. Bro, come up there and perform and add value. That's all I look at it. Like, add value. Come on. Yeah, it don't matter.
I want to ask you about some of your former NBA players. We got video of them scrapping.
Yeah, I knew this was coming.
I want you to speak on this, TA. Jaylon, play the video.
Oh, wow.
Play the video, Jaylon.
I like this.
Speak on your people, TA.
Wait a minute, hold on.
This is Lance and Dwight.
Hold on. Is they serious?
Yeah.
They serious, TA. Serious as a heart attack, boy.
Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. He down. He had to get him down too, though. He like, hold on. You ain't about to just throw me over here. Come on down with me, player.
They're going to end up kicking Lance Stevenson out of this league. He's gotten into a fight twice now.
I ain't gonna front. I think Lance energy. And this is what turned up the stuff with Steven Jackson too. But listen, I think this was the energy set right here. That's tone. That energy in that building yesterday was a little off, man. You know, I played in the Big Three, and seeing that, you know, they do let a lot of stuff get physical. Like, it's playoff fouls, basketball in Big Three, so y'all know. And so some guys get a little, you know, they get a little heated, and then it comes.
You think Lance can fight for real?
I don't know if he can fight. He always seemed like a funny guy to me.
I mean, put it again, though. Put it again, Jaylon. Even though, look, Lance started it, right? He stuck his finger in his nose, whatever. Dwight still ended up on the ground.
No, he stuck his finger in the other guy's nose.
Not Dwight. But look, even though, bro, he still ended up on top. Pause.
Was this first or that was second?
This is after he stuck his finger in
Oh, Dwight Howard's strong as an ox.
But
I don't know if he
ended
can
up on
fight.
top,
I don't know
though.
if he
He
can
ain't
fight.
look strong in that.
That's what I'm
position.
saying.
I don't know if
Lance had
he
him on
can.
the ground.
I don't know if he can
Lance
fight.
is strong too, though.
Yeah.
Lance had him on the ground,
Come on, bro.
Lance had Dwight on the ground. Dwight's a strong dude.
But to my point, bro, what I'm saying is, bro, it could get a little heated, and that's all it was. Some basketball players, emotions got flared up. And
Is that Reggie Evans?
That's Reggie Evans.
I bet Reggie Evans gets scrapped.
Hey, Perry Jones
He
also
punched all kinds of people in the nuts during
That
his
was his
NBA
game.
career. That was his game.
That was his game, man. Irritate you, get the rebound.
That was his game.
Perry
Punching the guy in the nuts.
Perry
Ellis.
Jones also plays in this league.
Perry Jones?
Perry Jones the third, yeah.
One of the greatest mixtapes ever.
Of all time.
I thought Perry Jones was going to be.
all time.
Perry Jones' mixtape looked like he was going to be like a
KD.
super Kevin Durant.
Play the clip, Jaylon. I know I
Perry
just sent it to
Jones?
you. Yeah, Perry Jones. He was a part of one of the Lance Stevenson scuffles from the first game. Your boy just out there just tweeting.
Where has
bro.
Perry Jones been for a decade?
Oh, this is the first one. This is just during the game.
Who is that?
This is before the Dwight thing. That's
This was justified right here, though.
that's Crawford, Jordan Crawford.
I was about to say I was like, damn, is that Perry Jones now?
Jordan
Damn.
Crawford.
Oh, wow.
White throw the ball in his stomach like that.
This is before the Dwight thing.
Because they started talking reckless, I'm sure.
Oh, he swung. See now, I ain't gonna lie. I think Lance.
Play the last one, Jalen. Play the last one. Play the last one. There's one more. There's one more. Play the last one, Jalen.
Lance is swinging on
Why is
people.
he doing that?
Play the last clip I just sent you. Of him putting his finger.
Damn.
Wow.
That's Perry Jones right there, by the way. We're holding it back.
That's Perry Jones with the braids?
Yeah, bro.
Wow. Look at Reggie Evans there.
Yeah, what is your boy doing, bro?
Swinging.
Yo, I can't. I think Lance was really just on his bullshit because he just lost to Michael Beasley in the one-on-one.
Oh, okay.
You think he's been hot since?
Yeah, he been upset ever since that happened.
A little sensitive because they probably was popping shit. I was like, yo, you just got cooked by Mike Bees. Blah 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 blah. By the way, I just got a tweet about maybe why Stephen A. said what he said on this.
You got a tweet why Stephen A. said what he said? Well, Stephen A. Swift, you're wrong, bro. You're
says
wrong.
a lot of stuff.
Everything is cool down here. Come on down here and get a breath of fresh air. Come on down here, see what we doing down here, and you will see for yourself. Let me be the chaperone.
Hey, why do you live here?
Yeah,
You
how
could
about
live.
that?
You
Yeah,
could live anywhere.
bro. You could live in Boston.
You could live honestly, you could live anywhere you wanted to.
I want to live here because this is why I've called home, and I just don't see myself going nowhere else where I could, be this comfortable.
But why didn't you move to wherever? Scottsdale,
Back-
Arizona, or
Where
anywhere.
you could be
anywhere.
out the way, live in
LA.
beautiful weather.
You could go live in Miami.
Anywhere.
You could go live in
why are you
Orlando.
here
You
today?
could go live down there if you wanted to. You could go live in Dallas if you wanted to.
I'm a Memphian. Hey,
You
man,
are.
I ain't looking forward to none of that. I'm bringing a bright light to the city, man. I wasn't never thinking about going nowhere else. Once I got here, I'm like, I'm here. It's up and it's stuck.
Even D'Anthony Melton's old manager, she tweeted like, yo, when Melt was in Memphis, every time I came to Memphis, it was number love. It was never like, oh, I'm worried about this.
Who was that? D'Anthony
Melton's old manager, who's like representing him. She used to come to the city all the time when he played here.
Yeah,
she just tweeted about how much
That's
love,
just stereotype.
how much love people show when they were.
No,
when they were
I'm
here.
saying there's a difference between talking to people that have actually experienced it and whatever the mindless babble he was saying on television is. That's where it's unfair.
He's a free agent, by the way, coming off an ACL, so you probably could get him cheap.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that energy.
No actually played here. And I guarantee you, Ty has actually played here. You asked him about
Ask
Memphis.
them. Ask Mike. Ask Mark.
Yeah,
ask
Stephen
anybody.
A. Do a poll, bro.
Yeah, ask
Find
people that
out,
actually
bro.
put on his
Don't do
jersey.
a poll, bro.
You can talk to players that played here.
Players that actually put on the jersey.
There's been
bro.
a lot in 25 years.
We had
Hell,
27 in one
30,
season.
we had 32 years ago.
Source 12. Source 12.
Go talk to Tosan.
Yeah.
Go talk to Tosan.
Ask Trey Jemison. The difference between Memphis and New Orleans.
Go call Dusty Hannas.
Any of them.
Yeah.
We've had a million players here.
Yeah.
We've had 2 different seasons where we had guys that we can't even remember.
Yeah. Go to
That's a fact.
Go ask Trey Jemison in his house. He'll have a couch in his Joel Embiid game-worn autograph jersey that he got at that game. I remember. You remember
Bro,
that?
I'll never forget that
Bro,
day,
we
bro.
had a
It was
se-
the
I thought
Marc
that was the
Gasol jersey
goofiest shit in the world,
retirement
boy.
night too.
We had a season where players were getting other players' autographs.
Trey Jemison got
That's
Joel
where we were.
Embiid's jersey.
We had so many 10-day guys on our team that they were after the game getting other players' autographs because it's like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be here again.
Hey, Bron, good to see you, Bron. Hey, Bron, take this photo. What was that? Who was that there? Preston Giroux?
Let me get a jersey.
They
swap.
showing Giroux's like, yo,
Deaky-
let me get a
Deaky.
jersey spot, Bron. With Deaky. You know who Deaky is? You know who Deaky is?
DeJounte
Hey,
Murray.
who was the one that?
I
Who,
do
hey,
know Deaky.
No,
I
hey,
could call Deaky.
I mean, look, and it's it's been even
That's my
worse.
man.
Hey, he fixed his car.
Come on.
He always looked like he had a Lucy behind his ear.
For sure.
He don't got
He
nothing to
hooped
do
like
with
he had a
it.
Lucy.
My man, 100 grand.
He did.
He definitely hooped like he had a Lucy
Hey,
for sure.
you remember when Dylan Brooks tried to trade jerseys with Kyrie Irving and
He
Kyrie
did. Kyrie was
gave
like-
him his and
Told him, no, I'm straight. I'm straight. No,
Hey, I'm good. Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
Kyrie gave Dylan his jersey and Dylan was like,
Man said,
you don't
hey,
want it?
Hey, go ahead, bro.
You don't want it?
Going on somewhere, buddy. Going on somewhere. Get out of here.
Tony will let you get out of here. Oh, thanks for standing up for the city as always. Be back after this. Chris Vernon Show.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
The First Ladies of FedEx Forum, the Grizz Girls, are known across the NBA for setting the standard for professional dance and entertainment, and they are looking for dancers to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. With the chance to gain professional dance experience and connect with the Memphis community, auditioning for the Grizz Girls is an opportunity you do not want to miss. Come show up at Open Call Auditions Saturday, July 26th at the Memphis Sports and Events Center. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
The Tigers are going to play in November in the Bahamas, the Baha Mar tournament, and the other teams expected to be there. Purdue, Wake Forest, and possibly Texas Tech. So Texas Tech's going to be good. Purdue's going to be good. If you don't have a roster that puts you in that same conversation, it could be a tough trip to the Bahamas.
Yep. The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. Join us for the Grind City Media Draft Show presented by Southland Casino. This has actually gotten infinitely more relevant over the course of the past 3 days.
Yeah.
We were doing a draft show anyway, but it's going to be on 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Draft's on Wednesday. That's when the first round is. Hear from GCM personalities that react to the draft picks, trades, and more. Download the Grind City Media app and subscribe to the Grind City Media YouTube channel today for all your Grizzlies draft coverage. I will tell you that I just clicked on Jonathan Gavoni's updated mock draft today. He has the Grizzlies taking with the 16th overall pick Jason Richardson's kid out of Michigan State. Now, you want to talk about something that would make me feel incredibly old? The first thing I ever covered, ever. In fact, you know what's crazy? I just told William, my son, about this about 2 weeks ago, and I'll tell you why. So the first thing I ever covered is the Grizzlies move here. I do this event where the Grizzlies are going to move here. My program director, who I told you was this guy that was like just always looking for people to do anything on the weekends. He was like, there's going to be something over at the Fox and the Hound, and, you know, you heard the Grizzlies are moving here. And I went and did, in fact, I might be the only person that's ever done an event like this. And, in fact, I mentioned it to him when I saw him at the in-season tournament 2 years ago. G League Commissioner Sharif Abdur-Rahim. It was me, Sidney Lowe, and Sharif Abdur-Rahim at the Fox and Hound on Sanderlin. I had to go over there and interview them. And then, of course, by the time the team moved here, Sharif Abdur-Rahim was in Atlanta. He was
right.
he wasn't he
Draft
never
day
even,
trade.
Yeah, he was never even on the team. Whatever. But that summer, they allowed you to go if you wanted to, like, they just sent out a thing like, hey, the Grizzlies are moving here and we're doing our pre-draft workouts and whatever. And the first thing I covered was the pre-draft workouts, and they did them at Rhodes College. And I would drive over there in the mornings and go over there, and they would let me in to watch the workouts and then, like, conduct interviews afterwards. And the first one I ever did, Jason Richardson versus Trenton Hassel. Trenton Hassel, who played at Austin Peay, who had a career. He had an NBA career.
Did. Played in the West Finals with the Timberwolves.
Yeah, Trenton Hassel. But, and Jason Richardson. And so, you want to talk about old? I'm looking at a mock draft saying Jace Richardson can get drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies. That's when I know I've been around too long, right? This is what I'm talking about. And so the reason I told my son that story 2 weeks ago is because we were watching Shooting Guards, the Netflix documentary about Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, yeah.
And I told William, I said, you know, years ago, one of the first things I ever did was I covered this draft workout with Jason Richardson. And the Grizzlies ended up taking Pau Gasol third in the trade, and then they ended up taking Shane Battier sixth. The fifth pick was Jason Richardson, who they would have taken if he was available, right? Chuck Daly was a advisor for the Grizzlies at that time. He was big buddies with Michael Heisley. He could not have been cooler to me. Chuck Daly was awesome. I loved him. And especially because I'm like 21, 22 years old, and I'm scared to death. I'm like, oh, my God, I'm getting to interview Chuck Daly. He loved Jason Richardson, though, in that draft. And so, anyways, I then interviewed Jason Richardson for a long time after his workout here, because that was like, he's very well may get picked by the Grizzlies. He was mocked to go to the Grizzlies. So, and to be a very high pick. So, fast forward that season, he gets drafted. He's playing for Golden State. Jason Richardson. I go to the locker room to go talk to him. like, hey man, hey, because I sat down, talked to him, whatever. I'm young and I just gonna say hey, and whatever to Jason Richardson. And I walk in and I'm talking to Jason Richardson. I'm like, hey man, how's your rookie season going? Blah blah blah. Good to see you again. Whatever. And Gilbert Arenas is sitting next to him, and Gilbert Arenas looks up at me. He's a second-round pick for the Golden State Warriors. And he looked up at me. He goes, Chris Vernon? And I was like, yeah. How do you know me, Gilbert? He goes, I'm looking at your media pass.
You got excited, huh?
I was
you
like,
thought.
bro.
You thought.
Yeah, you thought.
Bro. I was so humiliated. But I was explaining to William, I'm like, bro, when they say this guy is mega goofy, trust me, I lived it. I mean, you can't get goofier than that. That's that is funny to do to somebody, especially somebody that's like in their young 20s. And he's like, Chris Vernon. He tried to act like I was somebody, and I was like, hey, Gilbert. I was like, how do you know me? And he's like, I don't. I'm looking at your media pass. Because of course, I look down. I got a stupid media pass that says my name on it.
That's tough.
Funny guy, though. Anyway, Jason Richardson is the guy that is projected to go 16th to the Memphis Grizzlies.
I still
want to use that pick.
There are something to maybe look at in the draft. There are 2 wings that are projected to go in this first round that have measured with a 7'2" or greater wingspan.
Okay.
Since 2016, these are the guys, the wings who have gone in the first round that have a wingspan of 7'2" or greater. Pascal Siakam in 2016, 2017 OG Anunoby, 2018 Mikal Bridges, 2019 PJ Washington and Rui Hachimura, 2021 Scotty Barnes, 2022 Jalen Williams and Tari Eason, 2023 we don't know on these guys yet, Bilal Coulibaly and Jarris Walker. This year there are 2 of them that are projected: Cedric Coward from Washington State and Rasheer Fleming from St. Joseph's. They are wings that have 7'2" or greater wingspans.
Do you want to hear something crazy? I can't even. I don't know why I have not thought about this until you just said that. But you have these moments in your life where something will trigger some memory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, do you remember a couple of weeks ago, I told you that I went with my wife and daughter to Target at Poplar and Ridgeway?
Yeah.
Okay? And then I went and bought those basketball cards.
Yeah.
I walked over and they had all these different basketball cards, these boxes, whatever. And I bought a couple boxes and I took them home to go. And one of them was the Bowman Chrome Universities, because I was trying to get the Cooper Flag card.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And so anyways, I bought these cards, whatever. And I told you that when I was standing there, there was a guy who was a listener. He's like, hey, Chris, blah, blah, big Grizzlies fan, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hey, man. I was like, yeah, I was just looking for cards, too. And he's like, I'm going to get these Bowman Chromes. He's like, they've got the Cooper Flags in them. He's like, the autograph ones are going for like $1,000 because they're the only card that's out right now. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll try that too. And so we start talking, whatever, and he goes, I'm gonna tell you something. He's like, everybody's chasing that Cooper Flag, whatever. He goes, the best player in this entire draft is going to be Cedric Coward. And I was like, what? And I had totally forgotten that until you just said
Cedric
that.
Coward.
And it's such a random thing to say to somebody at Target.
Yeah.
I can't remember forgive me, I don't remember the guy's name. It was a passing thing. But I swear to God, if that guy ever ends up being amazing, I'm going to remember some dude in Target telling me as I was trying to buy Cooper Flag cards that Cedric Coward was going to be the best player out of this draft.
Former Washington State Cougar.
Yeah, he was supposed to go.
He told me that.
That's wild.
Isn't that a random?
That's super random.
It's a random thing to say somebody at Target.
So he was,
and I had not thought of that kid's name until you just said it.
So he entered the portal, and he was going to, but he kept his name in the draft. He was going to go to Duke. He would be playing for Duke next season, but he decided to keep his name in the draft. Yeah,
Bro,
he can shoot, man. Watch the video. I watched stuff on him. He can shoot it.
How weird is it that somebody said that to me?
Said Cedric
They
Coward.
tapped in, bro. They real draft
So,
crunchers.
Gavoni
real film
has
crunchers
him-
are saying that, bro. You know how deep in you got to be to mention their name, bro.
Yeah.
At Poplar and Widgeway Target?
You know what I'm saying? You got to be a real.
The guy told me, hey, look, I promise you, I will search high and low to find this guy if this guy turns out to be some kind of superstar.
But yo, I got your car, bro.
Because he told me.
Dang.
He was like the guy.
Jumper looks good, man. It
Jumper
does. That
does
catch
look-
and shoot, it
Jumper
looks
does look
good.
And he's a big body too.
Yeah.
So funny that I had not thought of that name until you just said that.
He's like 6'6", 6'7", with a 7'2" wingspan. Like,
well, imagine if we had a Washington State wing rotation.
I know, right?
Goku. Maybe he's
Wells and Coward.
Yeah, Wells and Coward. Call the Pullman wings.
Maybe
baby.
one of them will be Klay Thompson. Will end up being Klay
All
Thompson.
right, you ready for this? Here's 16th picks in the draft. I know Devin doesn't want to pick 16, but
Yeah,
come
so
on,
give it
you
to
know
me.
these guys, they're going to.
Yeah, exactly. They love drafts.
They love drafts.
Excel
Yes.
spreadsheets.
Yes.
They love, you know what I'm saying?
All right, the number 16 pick in last year's draft
Okay. Hit me.
I have no idea.
might very well end up being the best or one of
is
the
it-
5 best.
No, it's not Khalil Ware, is it?
It's Jared McCain.
Jared McCain,
he
yeah.
can-
Jared McCain was going to end
Jared
up being
McCain
one
can
of the best
play.
players out of
He
that
was
draft.
going to be the rookie of the year, bro.
All right,
Low key.
16th pick the year before, Keontae George.
Chucker.
Yeah, Chucker.
The year before, already retired AJ Griffin.
Damn.
That's tough.
Year before,
Don't draft the guy who's going to retire in 2 years.
year before, Alperen Şengün.
He can play.
Bro,
Yep.
so 2 of the last 4 have been McCain and Şengün.
Okay.
That's pretty damn good.
Did Şengün make third-team All-NBA?
Hey, no. No.
Okay.
Year before, Isaiah Stewart.
Okay, that's
Beef stew, yeah.
Year before, Chuma Akiki. I thought he was going to be good, too. Kid from Auburn.
Yeah.
He hadn't done nothing.
It's just never...
Year before, Zaire Smith. Meh. Year before, Justin
injuries.
Patton. Meh. Year before, Gershon Yubusele.
He's back in the league.
I know.
He had
Yahoo!
He had the Olympics.
Yeah.
The Olympics.
Dunked on LeBron.
Yeah, he did.
Year before, Terry Rozier. Is that a long NBA career? Year before, Yusef Nurkic.
Yeah.
Long
Had a
NBA career. Other 16th pick include Nikola Vucevic, James Johnson, Maurice Spate, Rodney Carney. How about that?
Shout out legend.
Joey Graham, Kirk Snyder, Troy Bell, Yuri Welsh.
Yuri Welsh.
By the way,
Hito Turgaloo.
shout out Hito Turgaloo.
Yeah,
Orlando
long
Magic legend.
career.
Hedo could play.
You can hit the 16.
Yeah, for sure.
And they, like you said, they love it. They love Excel spreadsheets. They love the data crunch.
We also need we need to get back to hitting draft picks regularly.
I don't want to do
We
that.
went through. That's because we went through a span.
Is that why? I don't like
If we would have taken Trey Murphy instead of Zaire Williams, you would love the draft.
No, not for this current
If we would have taken somebody besides Jake LaRavia and David Roddy, you would love the draft.
Nah,
we
bro.
loved the draft when we were getting Bane, Clark, and Aldama.
Like dudes that can like automatically produce. Yeah, you're right.
We did.
I need somebody that can produce tomato.
Hey, shout out Jake. He
Tomato.
was in town last
By
week.
the way, to your point, somebody just brought up
He was in town.
He's been in town working out, yeah.
He was working
Speaking
out
to
over
your
at
point,
CBHS.
to your point, bro.
With Cam Spencer over at CBHS, yeah.
Yeah, they're shooting threes.
Why?
I had to hit him up because I went to the post office last week and they go, "Do you still talk to Jake LaRavia?" And I was like, I mean, I can reach out to him. They go, "Tell him he's got a bunch of packages here he needs to come pick up."
By the way, also.
Wait. Hold on. Somebody at the post office asked you if
Miss Joyce, she's
Were
a
you
season
guys-
ticket holder.
Were you closer with Jake LaRavia than we let on?
Well, we both deal with mailing basketball cards and receiving
So
basketball
y'all
cards.
like kind of tapped in together, huh?
Like, so we all mailed from the same post office.
Do you ever cross paths with him at their post office?
No, never have. He uses a different name too on his mail. He uses a different name. He doesn't use Jake LaRavia. I don't know the name he uses, but I don't know what his
Steve
alias
Jackson?
was. I don't know.
We're gonna find out he tapped in.
It
with
was
that dude.
Hamadou Diallo.
You know what he used to use? TA. What's the guy's name from Catch Me If You Can? Frank.
For Abagnale. Yeah.
Our players,
That's what Tony would use at the hotels.
Yeah, our players got some fun.
Frank Abagnale.
So there's someone who didn't
that
do
would be
that.
that would be his name at the
No,
hotel.
Deb, this happened
Frank.
when we beat the Spurs in the
Frank is
playoffs.
crazy.
Frank Abagnale.
When we beat the Spurs that year, that 2011 year, dude, Tim Duncan did not use a fake name, and freaking Ron Olson at FM 100, they called Tim Duncan at like 5 in the morning at the Westin.
That's
What
true.
is wrong with
And
y'all,
he
bro?
answered the hotel, and he answered the phone. Duncan answered it. and-
We won the series, bro.
Yeah, we
Oh,
won
yeah,
the
you
series.
won the series. Shout
We
out-
didn't, we
shout out
didn't
to
call
us.
him. We didn't do it. Ron
Shout out to-
Olson
but
did.
to the
It's all
point,
part of the game.
to the point
Yeah.
that the point you were making earlier, bro, about people not leaving. Jake LaRavia spins. He got traded from here. Spin the block. Somebody who got fired from this place about 6 months ago, people still see him around the city to this day. Taylor Jenkins. I brought it up in chat. He could have easily just packed his shit up. I got fired. I'm out of this place. Screw this place. My guy's still eating Torchy's tacos.
Dude, my daughter saw Taylor at Whole Foods 2 weeks ago.
That's what I'm saying,
and
bro.
asked me if he still lives here. He might live in New York soon.
He might.
Sounds like him and Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Dude, Mike Brown is so much more equipped to deal with that media, though. Mike Brown has coached the Lakers. Mike Brown has coached Cleveland LeBron.
Yeah,
Mike Brown has, Mike Brown is very media savvy.
He's been in Golden State when they've had all those guys.
And has dealt with a deluge of media members,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, he had the
Taylor Jenkins has dealt with
sure.
4 people,
Yeah, he got the
none of
temperament
which
to
are
deal with it.
pressing him
Yeah.
in a hard way.
He got
No,
the
no
temperament
offense
to
to
deal with
anybody. No offense, but I mean, it's just not. That's just the difference in media markets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you don't. People there don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care about if they're going to make the coach mad.
Doesn't it feel, though, I will say, if you were a Knicks fan looking to get, like, say you want change, doesn't Taylor feel like more change than Mike Brown as compared to what you just had with Tibbs? I would feel like Mike Brown is more of the same, except not as good as Tibbs. I would feel like Taylor would be like, all right, at least we may do something different now.
Yeah.
Like, they wanted something different. They wanted to change, and, like, this is different.
We'll see.
I guess we would find out if Taylor likes playing guys short minutes or if that's a organizational edict. Because those jokers are used to playing 42.
Yeah.
Our guys play 28.
If Taylor gets that job, Tyler Kolek's over there on the bench like, I'm about to get some run. I'm
my
about to get in
time
the
to
game.
shine.
Tyler Kolek time.
Backup point guard minutes, baby. I am your John Conchar.
Tyler Kolek minutes.
I'm your John Conchar.
All right, before we get out of here, I've got to depress Roser one time since he got to walk in today being Dr. Thunder with his chest poked out and everything else. I don't know if you know this, but a guy, and I will divulge this to the listeners. I helped because of our old buddy Barton Simmons, who is now in the front office for Vanderbilt Commodore football.
Right.
He had reached out to me and was like, yo, Diego Pavia wants to come to a Grizzlies playoff game. Can you help me out? Whatever. I set them up with the ticket guys, whatever. Diego Pavia was at game 3 of the Grizzlies Oklahoma City series, right? And I don't know, you probably haven't seen this yet, Roser, but this is why I wanted to depress you. Diego Pavia made it very clear to you and everyone else in this fine state that whole, like, flagship university that you always talk about, days are numbered. Here it is. Diego Pavia on with Will Compton and Taylor Lewan.
Oh, snap.
Vanderbilt's going to run Tennessee after this year. Like, this is going to be the new staple of, like, college football is going to happen here at Vanderbilt.
Do any of you and the boys ever, like, talk about that? Like, we got to be the state school.
Well,
we're in Nashville, Tennessee. We're in the Music City. Like, we need to be the brand of Tennessee.
Everyone wants to come to Tennessee because of Nashville. So they want to come to Nashville, so Vanderbilt. And then when we have, like, the most money in NIL, like, why not come here? So, like, we literally just have to win this year and throughout the rest of the year. It'll take care of itself.
You think Vandy will have the most money in the game?
I think we'll be up there.
Yeah.
But, like, it's Nashville.
Yeah, there's a lot of big hitters around here.
Yeah.
They just need a team to believe in.
Yeah, that's all they need.
They need Diego Pavia.
Roser. Diego Pavia saying Vanderbilt's going to be the new flagship. They got the most NIL. All I know is that Diego Pavia is playing another year at Vanderbilt, and Nico Imaliva left her.
Yeah.
How about it, Roser? How about it, John Vol?
So 2 things. One, I had no idea that's what Diego Pavia looked like.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what
gangster.
You know what? 80% of people, you don't know what they look like, so don't use that excuse,
Especially
buddy.
football players. 2, bro, you got your ass kicked on your home field by Tennessee last year with Nico, who was blah all season long except for against crappy teams.
Flagship.
So Tennessee still the
Nico's
flagship.
gone.
Still the flag. Yeah, and they'll be better for it. I don't know. I don't know who their quarterback is now. It said they got that kid from UCLA. I have no idea who else they have. But they'll be fine. And Heupel we trust as far as the offense goes. Yeah, no, that's Vanderbilt. Why ain't nobody worried about Vanderbilt?
I like him talking spicy.
I know.
I love it.
Oh,
You know what it reminds me of?
Is.
It reminds me of James Franklin back in the day when he would talk Vanderbilt up, and you're like, you know what? Vanderbilt could be awesome in sports, right? Like, I mean, because James Franklin, he had that unbelievable bit where I remember when he came on with us for the first time, he fired me up so much. He came on with us for the first time, Devin, and I was like, so what's your pitch? And he's like, I'll tell you the exact same thing I tell all of these kids and their parents and their grandparents when I walk into their living room. I said, you're going to have every other coach in the country, and they're going to come in here, and they're going to talk to you about the next 3 or 4 years of your life. I'm going to talk to you about the rest of your life. Ooh. And if you go to Vanderbilt and you play football at Vanderbilt and you walk away with a Vanderbilt degree, you are going to be set for the rest of your life. And me and Rosa were like, what parent is going to listen to this guy and not like, he had such a good such a good Vanderbilt pitch.
Yeah,
he really did. He had such a good Vandy pitch. Because you're uphill.
Oh yeah.
But now,
you got a cranial stadium. People apparently come to the games. You got to do something.
Right.
That's
Nashville's bumping right now, though.
Man,
it is. It's bumping. Too much traffic, but it's bumping.
I'll be there Thursday.
There's 100 million people there.
I'll be in Nashville Thursday.
Who you gonna go see?
My boy Smino, man. Y'all know I'm a big Smino fan. My guy, he's from your part of the world.
St. Louis?
From St. Louis. He wore like a 314 chain all the time.
I wonder where he's from. I wonder where he. Let's see where.
Let's see what part of St. Louis.
See where he went to high school. Where'd Smino go?
Let's see. He went to Columbia College.
Hazelwood Central High School.
Oh yeah, Hazelwood Central. There's Hazelwoods. There's Parkways. There's
Yeah, that's my guy. I'm going to see him.
Hazelwood Central.
He performed this place called the Pinnacle in Nashville Thursday, so I'm going to see him pull up on him. Gotta go see him, bro. I'm about to be. Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Your boy might be there a lot during the football.
You're Nashville Dev.
No.
You're Nashville Dev.
Dude, this is your third trip to Nashville in a month.
Hey. Don't let Stephen A know. Why are you going to Nashville on the weekend?
I'm going to the concert, bro. What's wrong with you? And I gotta go see Cam Ward. But when it's basketball season, we here, bro. We up and it's stuck. You feel me? I gotta support my guy Cam Ward.
Nashville.
I'm about to get another Cam Ward jersey too.
You are?
Yeah, my guy just sent me the.
You gotta get the baby blue.
That's my guy, my plug I got. I'm gonna show you what he sent me. He sent me an auto message too. I'm not gonna listen to it right now. He just sent me this. Ooh. Just got this in.
Yeah,
so y'all might see me rocking that very soon.
Got the baby blue
Cam
Ward.
Cam Ward. Yeah, we all in on Cam Ward, bro.
Wow.
Not all in on Nashville. We all in on Cam Ward though.
That's wild that you have ditched Shador like you have.
No. I got a Shador.
Nah.
If there's a Shador jersey in there too, I'll be rocking it. But it's a jersey in the store, bro. You know what I'm saying? My Shador jersey is on.
Well, you can just go to the store. It's Nashville Dev.
That's crazy. I ain't trying.
Nashville
Are
Dev.
you gonna get one personalized? What's your favorite number?
Hey, wait till
you can get a Titans jersey that says Nashville Dev on the
people
back.
that
and
get
a number.
personalized jerseys.
I'm gonna get you a Nashville Dev jersey, and then you can take a picture with a T-Rack. Isn't that the name of their that raccoon they have in the mascot?
Hey, look, bro. I found out.
Devin T-Rack.
I found out, bro, that I got a plug in Nashville. So he tweeted me the other day. He said, if you want to come to a game, any game you want to come to, I got you.
What?
So I'm about to use my plug, bro. I don't know about y'all.
Really?
Yeah, he hit me. Said, yo, as many games you want, whatever game you want, come on, pull up. I said, say less. I'll be there for the free.
For the last year of Nissan Stadium or whatever they call it. You better just hope it doesn't collapse on you.
I'm being that job. I'll show y'all one depressing
you
thing.
You might get a bolt in your ass when you sit down in your chair.
Or you're going to leave the place and you're not going to be able to even, but it's going to be like Monday and you'll finally be exiting because there's like one.
Don't sit on the club section. No, there's one escalator.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, dude, nobody has ever been more miserable than me, Rosa, and William went to go watch the 49ers lose to the Titans on a night game, and then we could not get out of the club section because there's one escalator. So Roser's just having to stand there in his stupid 49er jersey in the middle of 40,000 Titan fans.
And just think about us covering This is D'Amico Ryans, by the way.
A.J. Brown had 200 yards.
Covering A.J. Brown with Ambry Thomas and never sending help over it all the entire second half.
Not that it scarred him.
That's tough, Roser. I'm sorry about that, bro.
Good call, D'Amico Ryans. Great job that game.
We're going to see Cam Ward together this year. I got to show y'all one depressing thing before we get out of here. I'm sorry I can do this to all our brethren that watch this show, but play the video.
All right.
No.
Play the video, Jaylon. Play the video.
Which you sent two things. Which one?
The last one. The last one don't make everybody depressed.
Oh my God, Jaylon, I'm sorry that he put you through this. I really am. There's a
Desmond
special
Bane
place
send
in
a thank
heaven
you
for
video?
people like you, and a
Magic
special
fans. What up? Desmond
jeez.
Bane here. Practice gym. Excited to be here. See the new jerseys. Let's get it.
That's annoying.
It is.
The jersey looks good though.
I'm gonna root for him.
Look,
I wish him well. I like Desmond Bane.
3 Rex. I'm very jealous of that nickname.
I'm always gonna like Desmond.
That makes me sad though, bro.
Where's our Katavious Caldwell Pope self?
I know, right? Shit. Give us a reason to be happy around here.
Yeah.
Give me a selfie video of Cole Anthony jumping on Katavious' back. So I'm so happy to be in Memphis.
What's the
Come
little
on, people.
What's the little hat the Pope wears?
What?
What's the little hat the Pope wears? Whatever that's called. Put a Grizz logo on it and Photoshop it on KCP.
No, Rose. See, this is why you don't do social media.
Why not? That's funny.
He's gonna do it on Grok, and because he doesn't care about poor people.
Hey, the Midtown's gonna beat your ass, Rose. You better stop.
Yeah, protest Roser. No Kings Roser.
No Kings. No Kings. Right. They're all in other lands.
It's going to do it for today's show. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks to Devin Walker. Thanks to Tony Allen. Thanks to John Roser across the glass. Thanks most of all to Jaylon back in the studio. Until tomorrow, we gone.